What up, nerds? In today's video, I'm going to be ranking the best Marvel TV shows from worst to best in this list that I will provide for you guys today. And before we get started, I'm only counting the ones I have seen. I'm not going to rank the ones I haven't seen yet. So bear with me, my friends, as we go down in our list of my top 5 favorite Marvel movies. Worst to best. Starting at whopping number 5, my least favorite TV show would have to be this one right here. Now, don't get me wrong, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was alright. Had some very interesting episodes here and there. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed Sam Wilson. I enjoyed Bucky Barnes. My boy Zemo! And John Walker and his sidekick. I forget his sidekick's name. I'm so sorry if I can't remember his name. But overall, I just feel that the villain for this show, it was a little weak. Maybe should have established a better villain instead of having a kid running around being the villain instead. But it kind of ruins that element since, we all know what happens at the end where Sam Wilson says, do not call these guys as terrorists and all that. So it kind of makes them less menacing, So, and I think another miss too was Isaiah's origin story. Him talking about being the first super soldier as well. Maybe should have included a flashback. Imagine a flashback. Still, it was an enjoyable episode, but as I've said, show is alright. And it just came to me, maybe Zemo should have just been the villain for the whole story. But overall, I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed John Walker being John Walker. Not even mad that Sam Wilson is Captain America at the end of the show. This show for me is like a 3 out of 5 at least. And going down at number 4 is Hawkeye. And I gotta say, this show was a surprise right here. I was actually so close of not watching this show because of how people were saying it's the worst thing Disney has ever produced. But I gotta counter and say that after watching every single episode, I'm not gonna lie to myself that I enjoyed this. And it doesn't ruin Clint's character. In the contrary, makes me like him even more. And also Kate Bishop too, she was alright as well. Maybe a little too lucky. I think the only thing I didn't like is that she was getting too lucky of the usual. Maybe make it a little bit more, real. Have her struggle a bit, but it was alright. It didn't bother me too much. Yelena coming back as well, that was pretty cool, not gonna lie. Even though I haven't watched Black Widow yet, I mean, Yelena coming back to see Clint and kill him, that is a bit of a dark path right there, because Natasha would not want that, to be honest, but Yelena said, fuck it, I'm gonna kill Clint. But glad that didn't happen. And each episode was building up to something. I was wondering the first time, who the hell is running this whole operation? What is going on? Who is it? Who is it? Is it Echo? Is it that guy? Who? And turns out the one running the whole show was Kingpin, which was a good twist because at the time I didn't know who the hell was Kingpin. I didn't know what Daredevil was and everything. And Kingpin, not gonna lie, he was a freaking badass. Whether many people want to hate me for this, but I think Kingpin was great. He made the show even better, and the fight at the end, not gonna lie, it was actually quite good. Yeah, this show was just filled with surprises, and I enjoyed it from beginning to the end. And this is probably one of my most favorite shows, if I can say. And I could watch Hawkeye over the Falcon and the Winter Soldier any time of the day. I can guarantee you that. I highly recommend anyone who hasn't seen the shows to go ahead and watch it. You guys will have a great time with this. And speaking to favorites, now down to number 3 is my other favorite show that I love to watch, and it's Loki. Oh, Loki. I fell in love with him the moment I watched Thor. Watching him develop his character through time was a privilege, and I was like, man, he went from a villain to a hero. He died a hero, actually. And I really enjoyed Loki, and I wanted to see what happened in Endgame. Where the hell did he went? And I'm not gonna lie, to see Loki go through all this was fucking crazy. Going to the TVA, fighting variants, well, of himself, of course, trying to find out who runs this joint, which is basically the timekeepers and everything. And Morbius is just freaking underrated. I'm just sad that we didn't get at least one. Wow! And I like the concept of the multiverse and everything, and time itself, and how it's starting to build to that. And that's what keeps me engaged. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed all the episodes, and to see Sylvie going from a arrogant whiny baby to a hero at the end got me. That is, until she does the stupidest thing in her life, which is basically kill Kang's variant. So thank you, now we have Multiverse of Madness. And just trying to figure out who was behind it is what kept me hooked up. Who was the man in charge of everything? And turns it was Kang the Conqueror. And like I said, I just enjoyed the battle of time. I just love that. And just having to see other variants of Loki was crazy. And also, my most favorite scene in Loki would have to be where he sees his life and he just thinks about everything he's done, and makes him think like, man, maybe the future is written. Show's highly underrated. Give it at least a 4 out of 5. Highly recommend everyone to go ahead and watch this show. You guys will not be disappointed. And season 2 is coming out too, so can't wait. Now, which leads me to number 2, which is WandaVision. This was actually my first Disney Plus TV show that I watched. And I gotta say, this is actually one of my most favorite MCU Phase 4 TV shows I've seen. The acting was good. The styles that they were trying to portray were good. The story, very, very wild, not gonna lie. The story of Wanda trying to cope her feelings, that was the main focus of this show. Her trying to move on and let go. But everything of this show was just unique, and each episode was a different timeline, and I enjoyed that. My most favorite episode would have to be where they're in the 80s, where Pietro comes back and where Vision and Wanda are arguing, and that was just when I knew that, yep, we're starting to be fully aware about what's going on in Westview. Seeing more of Vision and Wanda together, seeing Wanda's past, seeing how she got her powers was freaking amazing. The highlight of this show was when Wanda finally discovered her full potential to become the Scarlet Witch. Going through these characters' journey is just freaking incredible, and each episode you'll be invested more and more, and you get near the end, it's just like, wow, this is so beautiful. And number 1, believe it or not, guys, my most favorite TV show in the MCU Phase 4 is What If. You guys have no idea how difficult it was to pick WandaVision or What If. Those two are my favorite, but What If takes the cake in my opinion, because every episode was something different, new, and fresh. It was innovating and taking new things, just like in the other TV shows. This one was just one step ahead, and despite it being animated, just made it even cooler. The story with Captain Carter and Steve, loved it. I'm not gonna lie to myself and say all episodes were good, but they were good. And the Watcher just standing there on the background watching everything happen was fucking badass too. And just seeing all these heroes from all these timelines coming together to fight the biggest threat of all, which is Vision on steroids, that was just mind-blowing. And I think many of you can agree that this show was just a gem. Yeah, everything about this show was just incredible. I enjoyed everything. I thought it was gonna be lame. I was expecting it to be a little bit underwhelming, but after giving it a shot, this was actually quite better than I expected. I even enjoyed the zombie episodes, for crying out loud. That's how invested I was with this show. And it was really worth watching it after seeing Thanos get sliced in half like nothing. Like, yeet! And seeing Doctor Strange going crazy, you know, it's just wow. You never expect Doctor Strange to go that deep for her loved one, and also to get to see the Watcher fight as well against Super Ultron Vision is just wow. I didn't expect it to go there. Yeah, What If is just filled with surprises, and this is my number one favorite MCU show of all. Well, my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Those were my top 5, ranking them from bad to good. And what do you guys think? What are your guys' favorite Marvel TV shows? Let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching once more, and as always, may the Force be with you. Take care, y'all, and peace out.